Hey, this is Miracle Max. Welcome to Rise of Kingdoms. And now that we are back in our home kingdom, I want to talk to you about Charlemagne. So, the Lost Kingdom closed about 12 hours ago, and we were automatically ported back to our home territory. And I have to tell you, it's a little weird to be back with all the people who have been our allies for the last 2 months, now knowing that some are allies and some are enemies. So, game change, but we knew that was coming. No one knows how long we'll be back home before the Lost Kingdom opens again. So, just playing it, back to playing the game just like normal. I'm doing the all the challenges that are up. We're all in the middle of the summer swelter uh, event. Cash in some branches, doing some puzzles, collecting firewood. Um, and enjoying our midsummer party and hoping to get a lot of legendaries out of it. So that's what's going on with me, but the purpose of today's video is to take a look at Charlemagne and compare him to the other legendary commanders that are similarly skilled to him and decide if he is worth upgrading. So first off, if we look at Charlemagne from the event in the Lost Kingdom, I was able to get 150 of his trophies. Now, one interesting thing to see right away is this is a character that you can exchange universal sculptures for. So that's great. Once you get 10, you are able to choose to level him up as you please. Now, I'm going to go ahead and max his first skill since I have the trophies to do that, and then I'll move on and take care of a couple on his second skill. But let's talk about Charlemagne and who he compares to. He is a leadership, conquering, and skill commander. Now, there are two commanders already in the game who have this exact same three skills. One is Frederick, and the other one is Mehmed. Two other that are similar are Hannibal. His third skill is attacking instead of skill, or nuke as we used to call it. And then Julius Caesar, who again is also attack instead of skill. Now, of these four, most people have put their money into Caesar. If you have money that you're spending in the game, possibly Hannibal is the guy you've built. I haven't seen many Fredericks on the field. And Mehmed was the newer of those four, and he's pretty amazing. Mehmed has this first skill that is an AoE skill, area of effect. That means hitting multiple targets. And non-expertise, it does direct damage of 1150, and then it has additional damage to cities or watchtowers. Expertise, it increases it up to 1350 and increases the chance of that extra damage happening to cities. So these are the guys we're going to compare to. Now, Charlemagne is not an AoE commander, but he seems to be very skilled towards launching rallies on cities. And let me show you why. So his first skill is a direct damage factor of 1400. Now that is higher than Mehmed's at 1350 and Frederick's at 800, but it doesn't have the AoE and it doesn't have built into an additional damage factor. If we look at his expertise, it is a new skill, so it doesn't boost anything, and we'll deal with that last. His second skill, and this is really interesting. If you have Charlemagne out on the map attacking, or just on the map, all the other armies you also have on the map have a chance to gain a shield, 10% chance, and this is when they're attacked. The shield lasts 4 seconds and takes damage up to 1,000. So he is functioning as an AoE defender for nearby armies, as long as he is out there with them. So this is similar to, I'm trying to think, it's the skill Joan of Arc used to have but doesn't. It might be similar to Cleopatra's first skill. No, that's a healing. I'll have to think about this. Who has a shield for nearby troops? Richard's skill is a debuff for nearby troops. But this might be something unique to be able to add this shield to nearby troops as far as at the legendary level. Now, his third skill, and this is a reason to build him as a rally leader, increases defense and attack by 10%. Um, and and that's for everybody in that rally. That's all troops within that rally because when when you're in a rally, it is the main commander of whoever launched the rally. His skills are the ones that take effect. All other commanders have no effect on the battle. It's just about troops. So he is using this skill on all the troops within that rally. It's a pretty big boost. His fourth skill deals with while his army is getting smaller. So once Charlemagne's army goes down to 90%, he reaches a skill damage increase of 5%, and when attacking cities, 7%. And that goes up when he reaches 80%. When his troops are less than 70%, this one's pretty big. Just doing regular attacks, skill damage increases by 15%. Now that's 15% of 1400, so that is 210. So that kicks that skill damage up to 1610. If he's attacking cities, that is 21%, and that is an increased damage of 294. So that kicks that 1400 up to 294. And that puts him equivalent to Genghis Khan, who has a 1700. He's right there with him, but only when he's attacking cities. Now, Genghis Khan is geared towards cavalry and skill, so he's a little different, but a little bit of a comparison there for you guys to think about. Um, Now, that was his fourth skill. And then his fifth skill is interesting too. And this is why I want him to rally cities for me. When attacking a city, 10% fewer of your troops die and instead become severely wounded. So, one of the reasons that we don't attack cities is because our troops die. And a lot of times, attacking cities is done to dead cities to get resources. And it's a horrible time to lose troops. You want your troops to die when you're in war for something serious. But this does save some of your troops. Now, when I look at that, it makes me think a little bit of Saladin. And Saladin is a commander that we think of also for attacking cities. One thing about Saladin, though, and let me see which skill it is he is geared towards cavalry, but on top of that, he does not plunder resources when attacking other governor cities. So he is not the commander that you're going to send out when you are trying to score up resources. And of course, it's the first hit on a city that you're trying to get resources where troops are going to die. Once the troops are killed, then gosh, send your gatherers out and go get resources. So going back to going back to Charlemagne, am I going to build him? Right now, I would rate him as far as attacking cities. Um, Gosh, he's pretty close to Mehmed. It is either Mehmed or Charlemagne. And the reason I say that is Mehmed also has a skill that does additional damage when he's attacking a city or a watchtower, a damage factor of 700. And that kicks that up to 1850. And if we look at his expertise, it takes it up even higher. So he's got a 1350 base. Then he has, when dealing with cities, the AoE doesn't matter. Additional 800 attacking cities and watchtowers, and then a 50% chance of doing another 500. So the 1350 plus the 800 puts us at 2150, and then with the 50% chance of 500, I just divide that to 250, and that would put us at 2400 damage, and that's quite a bit higher. So I would say that you need to choose really. If you are using Mehmed right now as a conquering commander, then you don't need to, in my opinion, you don't need to put the money or time into Charlemagne. If you have Mehmed built as a skill commander and you're not using him to attack cities, I think Charlemagne is the next best choice. And again, he does save you for some deaths. So I'm not sure if I would rate him higher than the commanders we have. I would definitely rate him higher than Frederick. I would just rate him different than Caesar and Hannibal. I mean, they're close, but I wouldn't use them for the same things. So I would probably either put your money into Mehmed or put your money into Charlemagne. Again, like I said, unless you're using Mehmed as a skill commander. Since I have Genghis Khan, um, I am putting Genghis Khan as my skill commander, and we'll be working on Mehmed. He's still very low for me. He's an important commander for me, but I've got other ones that I've got to finish up before I do that. So, all right, so that is it on Charlemagne. Again, some people have called him deranged Santa. Um, I don't know if that's real kind, but let's give him a few tomes of knowledge and take him out and just see how he feels about just attacking barbarians. He's not going to be great at it because that isn't his forte, but we can at least take a look at what his battle report looks like. And I want to, before I do that, let me look at his second and third skill and decide shield or rally attack. You know, I think I'm going to build his shield, so I'm just going to go up 1 star. And that should get me there. I might need 1 more star. Oh, there we go. And we'll go ahead and finish out his skills. I think I can get 3 more levels. Nope, just 2. And again, I'm not sure how much I'm going to put into him, so I don't want to use my legendary trophies yet on him until I spend some time playing with him. But let's just see if we take him out on the field. Oh, I've got to give him some talents. So I am conquering or skill. Skill is Genghis Khan, so he's going to be my conquering. Increases the attack of all units as my base. Which one do I want to go to? Damage to watchtowers. Reduces damage, increases all damage, and reduces counterattack damage. So I'm going to go for the top branch. And like I said, how I'm going to use him is still up for grabs, but let's take him out on the field. He's only level 10, so he's a little baby dude. But let's find a barbarian that's close. You know, something that is a little weird is seeing all these lower level barbarians again. We haven't had them out on the field for for a while. Let's go ahead and do him with no secondary and just let him go out and play. Look at him. He's so cute. With Charlemagne, it doesn't matter what troops you bring with him. He is not troop specific, so you choose what works for you. I'm just going to go with my infantry because they are what pulled up, and we'll see what he looks like against a level 22 barbarian. And again, this would not be the main use for him, though with his shield, shielding other troops, if I was going to have 4 or 5 armies out here attacking barbarians, like let's say it's a strategic reserve event or some event where I need to kill barbarians in mass, he would be good to have out here at least as a secondary commander, because then his shield could do that damage absorption and then allow you to stay out on the field longer. So and that would help the Lohar. Oh, did you see his skill? It was like a big sword. I use a Lohar Richard combo as my tank, but he could be more in a support role as far as cool graphic, as far as for killing barbarians, and just keep my troops out there longer. So really easy battle for him, even at this undeveloped level 10 stage, and we'll let him go home because, like I said, this is not how I'm going to use him. We'll just take a quick peek at his report. There he is. All right, so I had 51 severely wounded units. You know, that's not a big deal. Troop buffs, again, because he's not commander specific, the only troop buffs I'm going to get are the ones that my alliance has picked up. As far as, oh, wrong button, as far as his battle log, We can see, let's scroll down and see when his skills kick in. Should be around turn 11. There we go. So there's the shield that was gained that lasts for 4 turns, and that'll reduce the damage. And then it also casts his skill, which is the 1400 damage factor, at the same time in that skill, and that killed 6,227 units. You can see that he's still absorbing damage in the next 3 turns, and this is the shield that is doing the absorption in turn 12, in turn 13, and in turn 14. And so, I mean, that's for 3 additional turns for it to do that. That's pretty significant. Um, Barbarian charge. All right, so there we go. There's my take on Charlemagne. Again, it's for him to be the 5th commander that falls within this group, just at the legendary tier. Um, when legendary sculptures are so hard to get, it's hard to know what to do. And like I said, at this point, I have a preference for Mehmed over him. Um, but yeah, it just depends on what you're doing. Um, but he may be the best for attacking cities just because of the number of troops that die, and that would be attacking cities as a rally leader. Okay, thanks for watching. If you like this video, throw a like on it. If you have more questions about Charlemagne, I would be glad to answer them. Go ahead and leave a comment, and I will get to you as soon as I can. I always reply to comments, so it's important to me that if you take the time to type something, that I type back to you. If you've been watching it and are enjoying these videos, please subscribe. I'm going to continue putting out content. As far as the Lost Kingdom, I've finished the first one in Kingdom 2, but I'm going to be continuing on in Kingdoms 135 and Kingdom 157. So stay tuned for updates on how those 2 kingdom battles are going in the Lost Kingdom, and for content on commanders. All right, thanks so much. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.